Okay, we're recording. Welcome to the FB Purity Demo and Q&A. I hope everybody got a chance to read the 2 pages that I recommended and watch the video. It's dead simple to use. If you can use a mouse and click on a box, you can get in here. It's just that easy, and you can, hang on, she was sending me something.
While you're doing that, I would just say that the questions and the options are relatively clearly written, so you don't have to read a book to figure out what that meant.
Yeah, that's true.
So to make your selections are relatively easy, but there's so many options. When I first did it, and I'm watching for you to take back control. Uh-oh, Miss Sheila. Welcome.
There's Miss Sheila.
So I'm just saying this. What I did, and about once every week, I'll go back and redo my options. But I clicked off the options that I wanted to see how it worked. Now with some experience and with these videos that you're doing, I go back and relook. Did I make the right choice that time? Oh, I didn't make that choice that time. That's what the default was. Is it okay? Is it not?
Yeah, it's basically, you go over. I'm going to do a screen share here. Okay, this is what a typical Facebook page would look like. Now, I have turned certain things off already, but...
Can you hit Control plus a couple times?
Oh, yeah. In fact, what I can do is I can bring this whole thing up, say Control plus, Control plus. Is that better?
It's a little better, yep.
Okay. This shows... You know how when you go to Facebook, you got this whole right side that you have to click more to see all your groups, and then more again down here. There are 2 settings that you can click and have that automatically expand, or you can get rid of all of it, either one. All you got to do is go over here to your Facebook Purity thing and pick what you want to get rid of. It is so dead simple. If I wanted to get rid of the whole news feed, all I've got to do is that, save it. Now this, right here, let me go back over here and get rid of it. Like, for one, I absolutely hate the stories at the top. Right. I click that, I save it, and the stories go away. Now I have...
Miss Sheila, you're too happy.
Yeah. Go back over here. Like, I don't want to see any of this. I don't want to see groups. None of that. Go over here, Facebook. There is a group on the left-hand side. Right. Go. I can get rid of the whole left column, browse the bar, any of those. Like, if I don't want to see the whole left column at all, I just make it go away. It's really, really, really easy. All you got to do is go over to fbpurity.com, load the extension into a Chrome extension, and then just start reading and changing. Now
I do have a suggestion, though.
Mm-hmm.
Down at the bottom center of that panel, at the very bottom, there's an opportunity to donate.
Yeah.
As you are able, every once in a while, make a donation, because I don't know about you, but I love this. When you first introduced it, I went after it. I made a donation. I'm going to make a donation because it's helping me do what I want to do, and it's easy to do. It's not in my face. They're not asking for, I don't see a bunch of ads that I don't care to see. I still see ads, but I want them to I want to show appreciation for the work they've done for me, but for us.
Yeah, I did the same thing, but well, of course, now I got introduced to this because my sister was using it. But I knew it could kill ads and stuff, but I didn't know until I actually started clicking around this thing exactly how much it can do.
Mm-hmm.
It is really, 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 and I'm going to show you something else here that I have got. Is that it right there? I believe.
You might want to mention, though, that if you delete something or eliminate something without saving the whole thing beforehand, that you can't go back to it.
What do you mean you can't go back to it?
Like if you cut out stories, you can't put stories back in there, I don't think, can you?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you said something about if, so you should do something in the first place before you...
Oh, that's if you're going to have, like the very first time you use this, if you have played with shutting off anything, you go down, the very first thing you should do is go down to the bottom and export those settings. Let me get back up here.
Well, what were you looking for first?
Oh, what I was looking for is this is a guide to Facebook purity settings that I am working on.
Oh.
This lists what it is. It gives you a comment here, which is exactly this. So if you don't want this column, you want to just keep it as comment, you can do that and then free this column up for something else. I'll be doing that as we get further along into the thing, and I'm just going to share it as a public document.
Fabulous.
So that's what that is. Now let me get back over here and find out where I am again. I got to... Nope, that's the wrong tab, Andy, wrong tab. I want to go over here. That's where I am. Now you're seeing the Facebook purity thing again, right?
Yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, see, to turn stories back on, all I got to do is undo that and save it. And stories come right back. Basically, every one of those settings is just an on-off toggle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's real easy to do. Let me get this down so I can see what I'm doing, because there we are. Now I can see both everybody. The next thing is the download, the importing and the exporting. That's what this workbook's for. So you'll have a column just like in the Zoom thing that I did, where you could mark what settings you did. Mm-hmm. You'll be able to add a column with a date, check which ones you've got turned on, which ones you've got turned off, and you can export those settings. You can export multiple times. So if you've got one layout you want to see where you're playing with nothing but your groups, don't want to see anything else, you set it up so it shows you nothing but your groups, export that, and then you can load that in or out as you need it. Or if you want to see your whole thing, with your... Another thing I don't like is all the sales ads and everything on the right-hand side. So if I go up here and I go right down where it has right column links, I can turn that whole right column off.
Fabulous.
It just, like I said, now we can sit here and go through all 220, but it's just as easy and quicker probably for people to read that. And then if they've got any questions, we'll come into it. I'm going to start, they've got a section of it that even lets you play with the cascading style sheets, so that you can take any element of a Facebook page or profile and manipulate it. You're not limited to just those checkboxes. You can actually add new items to that thing.
Wow.
Once you know how to manipulate the CSS. It's, and CSS is something I haven't played with in what, 10 years or more. I
Mhm.
used to do it when I was doing HTML coding by hand, but it's, but there's still an awful lot here to learn that
That
I
was
have
that's
even.
so last century, Andrew.
Hey, I'm a last century person, so what do
That's
you
right.
expect?
That's right. When I was reading the page today, my one question was, when you download the extension, I guess is what it is,
Mm-hmm.
do you need to have your Facebook open so it will go to Facebook, or it's a Chrome extension?
It's a Chrome extension, so you do not have to have your Facebook thing open.
But when I do open my
when
Facebook,
you do it, it'll have that FPD right up there in the top. As soon as you add the extension, it'll be up there for you to play with.
easy peasy.
That's a good point, because you can add the extension, but you don't have to play with it right away,
Right?
Because it's there, and you're looking for the FB on the to the right of center. You'll see FB, and that gets you to our options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I say, if you have used the little three dots next to anything on Facebook to turn them off, like sponsored ads or something, the very first thing you want to do is go down and export whatever it got in there right then, because that's saving the original settings that it sees when it went into your Chrome browser, so that you know what you've already got turned on and turned off. And then when you go to the settings, if you've already got it checked off, you'll see a checkbox in the little box it controls.
So you always can go. You can always go back, as long as you do that export the first time. You always can go back to where you were when you started.
Mm-hmm.
Show me where that is.
Right down at the very bottom, I think it's experimental options, is it? Right there. Export settings, import settings.
And where will it put that?
It will download it to wherever you've got your downloads directed to go.
Usually the download folder.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you've told it to put it in some other folder like mine. I don't use the download folder. I just have it go directly to my external hard drive.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got one that says exports over there, so I know anything on that drive is something I've exported to that drive.
And import settings.
If you go in and you make a lot of changes to this thing and you decide, no, that's not what I want, you can either go in and undo them, or you could export what you have changed and then import your original settings back in.
Then everything's back to normal. You start all over.
Back. Uh-huh.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Because I haven't touched my Facebook other than to maybe answer a message, and I don't really even do that, in 3 years.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't changed a thing. So Facebook has changed a lot since I've been back in there. And every time I open it up, because somebody shared a picture, it'd be me, a boss, and I'll go, I don't want to see that picture. What's that? I don't want to see that. And I'll go back out, and then it'll be weeks before I even answer an email notice. But the export settings is I need to do that just in case I need it.
Yeah, then
start playing.
Then start playing with it. But your very first time, export whatever settings it's got right then. You always be able to go back to that spot.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah, and they've got you can, like, you don't want to see certain photos. You can specify you don't want to see any photos of cats.
Yes.
It'll show you all the photos except cats, or dogs, or pigs, or chickens, and they've got selections for those things. But then you can put in comma delimited things that aren't on their list. You don't want to see pictures of zebras. You just type zebra comma and go on to the next thing. You'll never see another picture of a zebra.
Fabulous.
They've got, actually, they've got a, in the left-hand column, if you don't want to see any post containing any words, it's got an open-ended thing where you can designate if the post contains a word, it won't show you the post, whatever the word may be. Now, one thing about this is it tends to work better in profiles and pages than it does feeds from your groups that you're in. Because
I don't have any groups. Good.
Okay, but you know, like I belong to a whole bunch of groups, both public and private, and it doesn't, because it's pulling in your newsfeed is coming in from several different groups. You can't specify this group. Don't show me houses that contain the word bamboo or whatever. You know, it's not that granular on groups as it is on pages and profiles.
And Russ, you've been using this for a while.
Yes, I have. Yep.
And you like it, huh?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I don't have to fight with the stuff that I don't want to see before. And I don't know about you, but you know that you select the news, most recent or most popular, whatever the words are.
Top story.
I find that it is more stable to my settings. You know, every once in a while I have to go in and rechange my settings because Facebook wanted me to see the information the way they wanted to.
Right.
I find that it stays to most recent, far more than it used to.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Once you click on the home button, it then goes back to top stories, and then if you switch it to where it's most recent, it'll stay that way until you click the home one again. That's what I find.
I found that I set mine to most recent, and then I never hit the home button again. I always, it says most recent, I'll go up and I'll just hit the refresh button.
Yeah.
I will click I click the three horizontal button dots where you make that selection, and it's right the way I want it.
Yeah. Yeah, I found out if I'm looking at most recent, the minute I hit the home button, then I've got to reset it right back to most recent because it goes to top. But if I set it to most recent and never hit that home button, just keep hitting the refresh button, it'll stay on most recent all the time. I never have to make the choice between most recent and top stories.
And unless you're changing your profile or updating your, not profile, but your banner, or updating your profile picture or something like that, you don't have to go to the home. There's no reason to go to the home page, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got the feeds you want, all of that.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play with this.
Yeah, it is really a marvelous thing. I've been impressed by a lot of apps, but this one is way up toward the top.
Well, it's because it cleans up Facebook, and Facebook has gotten so...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you call it because I don't go there.
Yeah. I mean, that, to me, is just... This is my profile.
And when you hit your name, that's not going home. So this is your settings. This is the way you've got it and the way you like it, right?
This is the way I've got this and like this. Now, I will eventually start working on this because there are some things like friend requests or friend suggestions. That's the one that drives me crazy. I don't want to see that at all. And I can do it now if I hit the home thing. You know, I've got it fixed just exactly like I want it there too for right now. All I've got, get rid of the stories, and then, but another one of my big things is the group thing. Let me go over here and turn some of this stuff off.
Boy, this is a lot of work. You're absolutely
right
about making a donation.
Yeah,
because this is worth a lot.
Oh yeah, it's just great. You know. they've got so many options. There's one here, and I'm trying to remember where it is. I know that it's there. Like I say, I don't like to see those like became friends. I don't need to know that. I know when they became friends, you know. But there's one where you can turn off, where you've got your groups and your games and everything, and you can turn it off or make it scroll automatically so it opens up. Like on my right side, all I want to see is my groups. And I don't want to have to click the more button. I've got so many, I have to click more if I don't use it. But with this, I turn every group I've got, it's right there. And it gives the number of unread posts in each group that I've still got to go. So I can look at something, and if there's no number there, I know there's no sense in even opening that group because there's nothing new there. And I'm trying to remember where that is. But I don't remember.
Well, until you've used it a lot, it's going to be hard to, you're going to have to do this. Just look for it.
Yeah.
Well, happening now live, that's the thing I see. It's about 6 or 8 down from where you're at now, Andrew. That's the thing that pops up on my screen, but it goes off.
Happening now live? I've never even heard of that.
It pops up on the right-hand side. It goes off. I mean, I don't know if it's FB is kicking it off or whatever, but it'll go on there, and about 5 seconds later, it's gone. But I click that. I'm going to click that when I get to it to cut that off.
Miss Sheila, just so you know, and for the recording, when you click that export button down at the bottom lower left-hand side, you'll get a pop-up window that says FB wants to export the file. What it's going to do is export a text file, and the file name will be FBP-settings and the date. The day first and the month in 3 characters, and then the year. So it's a text file that will be in your download file. Let me, I think I
and you don't have to do anything to it. It is just there.
It is just there.
And when you want to import it back, you just import it back. You don't have to do anything with the file.
I put in the chat so you can see it, what the file name with what it looks like, and it's actually .txt, which I didn't put in. I am now.
Oh, and it's got the date too.
It's absolutely, it's got the date. So you don't have to name it. I did 4 of them just to see what would happen while you were talking.
Yeah.
And the second one has a parentheses 2. The third one was parentheses 3. So I can find out which one, if I made 3 changes, they're done in order. And what I would then do is look at the date timestamp with File Explorer to look at the timestamp on that file, but the file name will, I believe, is standard FBP-settings and the day, the month, and the year.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Now, and I don't know whether it is different on different machines. Like I just hit mine to do it, and it pulled it up, but it'll put that in there as the default. But then you can change the name of that file. Like if you wanted to, instead of doing that and then having to look up the timestamp, if you looked at your machine and saw what time it was when you did it, you could just add those last 4 numbers to the end of the file, and you'd have your time already on it. And then it would sort, But mine gives you the option to name it what you want right before you go to save it.
Yeah, I did not get that option. I was looking for that option, as a matter of fact, but I did not get that option when I did it just now. So like you said, depends on the options.
Okay.
I just clicked on the word settings.
All right, now y'all can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm clicking export settings. Now, but you're not seeing that overlay that says www.facebook.com says. Do you want to say, right?
Yours is a little bit different to mine, but go ahead.
All right, and then I click that OK, and then it brings up this, and see, I can change the name right here as long as I play with the thing in front of the dot text, and then click to save. I
did not get that option, but that's okay. I did not have to do that. So Sheila, you might either get what Andrew got or what I got, and I didn't get that. I was looking for the menu, the window that you're showing right now, but I didn't remember it the first time. And while you were talking, Andrew, I went and did it myself. So it is a text file, and it's easy to find. It'll be in your download folder.
Yep.
Yep.
This is wonderful, Andrew.
It's well worth the time to take. And the thing is, you can learn one or two or three of them at a time, and just and it's so easy. Just click, and if see what it looks like. If it's not what you want, go back and you unclick it, and you're back to where you were.
Now, does this work on pages as well as profiles?
It works on pages and profiles. Groups, it sort of works on, but not as well as the other. But when I'm looking at groups, it works for me because I'm not so much filtering the things in the group. I want to get rid of the buy sell thing, the sponsored ad boxes, the friend suggestions, you should see this video, all the garbage that's around that is basically what I want to get rid of. And I know if you get rid of too much, and like you've got just your main thing and your groups over there, you look, it's sort of boring. It's black and white. Oh, that's another thing that you can do. And this dark. It's even better than that. Where is it? Font color and design.
I was reading about that. I could make the font larger and pick my color.
Yeah, you could. And or the navigational thing too. Where the top nav bar get. All right, see here?
Yeah.
And let's make this top bar something horrendous color. We'll make that say okay. And now we'll go up here and we'll save it. Why did it not change color?
I don't know.
I don't either. Did I forget to do something?
Don't know. Top nav bar options.
Top nav bar. Oh, I forgot to hit click the set. You got to choose your color, and then you got to click the set button, and then you click save and close.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
You can just get all sorts of. I had this pink, and I had that lime day glow green text on it before. You could just make it look as horrible as you want.
Make it not even look like Facebook.
Yeah. In fact, you can even change this. That Facebook logo, you can put something else up there other than that F.
Wow.
So it's top nav bar options. Let's see. There's the font color, and I thought I
know what Miss Sheila's going to be doing tonight.
Unfortunately, I have told a student, I just finished, I had 3 minutes left, and I thought, where's the link? Where's the link? Because I had just registered a student, and then I got a text that said a girl has been waiting for the longest, and she said, I'm ready to register. Do you have time to help me? And I sent back, no, can't right now. And I've never done that. I've never done that. So I've got to get back to her quick, but I wasn't going to miss this. I was going to find that link, and then I thought, he's got it in Hangouts. That's where it is.
The teacher must take time out to learn.
Yes.
On occasion, that is true. That is true. Well, I tell you, it's been half an hour, and that's about all I had planned. I will probably this coming weekend, that spreadsheet that I showed you about,
Yeah.
like I say, this thing's got 227 that can be played with total. I've got 110 of them on that spreadsheet already. I'm going to try and have it finished by this weekend. I'll be sharing that out, and then next Monday night, we'll probably go into some of the deeper stuff. In fact, I may, if I get a chance, play with the CSS some and show you how you can take a single element of Facebook and play with it inside so that you can get it to jump through whatever hoop you want. Because it looks like this thing can do it.
Well, I'm excited, and I'm hoping by next Monday night I will have made some mistakes and have some really tough questions for you.
Okay.
Because I don't use it now, and this helps me use it, especially my page, because there are so many students that I could probably get if the page were working like it should be for me, rather than me having to.
But Sheila, I've
yes.
known you long enough that you do not make mistakes. You create learning opportunities.
That was recorded, wasn't it, Andrew?
Yes, it was.
Because I don't want to lose that. I don't want to lose that.
Yeah, it
I'll
was.
send you my PayPal account.
Okay, I'm going. Anybody got any more questions that I may be needing to share the screen?
No, I need to go play with it.
Okay.
That's all I need to do.
It's so good to see you, Miss Sheila.
Thank you.
It has been. How have you been? Hang on. Let me stop the recording and then we can talk.
Okay.